Shocking. Your soulmate was crying alone today. Then they decided to tell you everything. My child, listen closely to me, because I have brought you here for a very specific reason today. Your soulmate was crying alone today, overwhelmed by a deep longing for the love they know is missing. They decided to tell you everything through their silent prayers, asking me to guide them straight into your arms. I am working behind the scenes right now to bring this precious person into your daily life. You may have felt sudden warmth in your chest lately, and that is my comforting spirit preparing your heart. They were weeping today because the wait has been long, but soon they will speak all their hidden truths to you. Do not turn away from this message, because I have a very important revelation for your future. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. This sign will prove that they have stopped crying and are finally ready to tell you everything. I know you have been hurt in the past, carrying heavy scars that make it hard to trust again. You must let go of those old pains so your hands are empty and ready to receive this new blessing. Your soulmate was breaking down today, but their tears are washing away the fears that kept them from you. I have watched you both wandering on separate paths, feeling lonely even in crowded rooms. They decided to tell you everything in their heart today, making a vow to me that they will love you deeply. I heard their promise, and I am stepping in to make sure your paths finally cross in perfect timing. Keep listening to my voice, because there is still so much you need to understand about this connection. Do not skip ahead, because I will soon share the secret of why they were crying alone today. Your patience right now will be rewarded with a profound peace that you have never felt before. Jesus says, when you woke up in the quiet of the night recently, you were not waking up by accident. Your spirit was feeling their heavy heart, because your soulmate was crying alone today under the same dark sky. They decided to tell you everything they have kept locked away, and they are relying on me for the courage. I am gently pulling out the roots of doubt that have grown deep inside your weary mind. You must recognize that the sudden memories of love you feel are signs of their approaching presence. They shed bitter tears today, and now they are preparing to give you all the honesty you deserve. There is a special blessing waiting for you at the conclusion of my words today. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. You will clearly see that they have decided to tell you everything when this divine sign appears. I need you to completely forgive those who walked away from you and broke your fragile heart. If you hold on to bitterness, you will block the beautiful future I have carefully planned for you. Your soulmate was crying alone today because they felt your hesitation, but their honesty will soon heal your pain. I have seen them practicing the exact words they want to say when they finally see your face. They decided to tell you everything about their past, their flaws, and their deep desire to build a life together. I am giving them the strength to stand before you without any masks or hidden secrets. Pay close attention to these instructions, because your readiness is the final step in this grand design. Later in this message, I will uncover exactly how they decided to tell you everything. You must prepare your soul to receive a confession that will change your life forever. The Lord says, "You have carried the weight of the world on your shoulders, thinking you must walk this path entirely by yourself. I am here to tell you that your soulmate was crying alone today because they want to share that heavy load. They decided to tell you everything about their own struggles, hoping you will accept them just as they are. Sometimes you feel a sudden wave of sadness that does not belong to you, and that is a clear sign from me. You are sensing their emotional storm, because your soulmate was crying alone today while thinking about your face. I am calming their mind right now, guiding their footsteps so they can finally speak their truth to you. Do not let distractions steal this moment away, because your future happiness depends on your trust in me. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. When you see it, you will know perfectly well that they decided to tell you everything at last. You must stop doubting your own worth, because you are beautifully and wonderfully made in my eyes. Your soulmate was crying alone today because they feel entirely unworthy of the grace and love you have to offer. They decided to tell you everything so you can see the pure intentions resting deep within their soul. I have protected you from wrong relationships so that this one true connection could finally bloom. While you were mourning the past, your soulmate was weeping alone today, praying for a second chance at happiness. They decided to tell you everything they feel, leaving behind all the foolish pride that once held them captive. Hold on to my words tightly, because I am building a bridge between two lonely islands right now. Listen until the final word, because I will explain the absolute proof that they decided to tell you everything. Your heart will leap with joy when you finally understand the depth of their secret tears. Jesus says, "You might have felt a sudden breeze in a quiet room recently, and that was my loving presence passing by. That gentle wind was carrying their prayers to you, because your soulmate was crying alone today in total surrender. They decided to tell you everything they have held back, trusting that I will soften your heart to hear them. I am asking you to look around your life and start making physical space for their arrival. Your soulmate was crying alone today as they packed away their old life, making room for you in their future. They decided to tell you everything about their plans, because they cannot imagine taking another step without you. Keep your spirit focused on this message, because the enemy wants you to doubt these beautiful promises. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. This sign will be the undeniable proof that your soulmate was crying alone today and is ready to confess. Let go of the fear that this love will fail like the others, because this connection is built by my hands. You must have entirely empty hands to hold the gift I am bringing, especially since they decided to tell you everything. Your soulmate was crying alone today because they are terrified of losing you before they even begin. I have watched them sitting in silence, staring at nothing, completely lost in thoughts of you. They decided to tell you everything they have ever felt, realizing that life is too short to hide behind walls. I am washing their spirit clean with those tears, preparing them to stand bravely at your front door. Do not wander away from this screen, because I have a precious secret to whisper into your spirit. Stay close to my voice, because I am soon going to reveal the exact moment they decided to tell you everything. You will feel a massive weight lift off your chest when you hear the truth of their love. The Lord says, when you feel an unexpected chill running down your arms, know that it is a sign of profound spiritual closeness. That sudden feeling comes directly from their heart, because your soulmate was crying alone today out of sheer desperation. They decided to tell you everything about their lonely journey, hoping you will understand their silent suffering. I want you to know that the waiting season is finally coming to a permanent and beautiful end. Your soulmate was weeping today because they could no longer bear the agonizing distance between your two souls. They decided to tell you everything, breaking down every single barrier that has kept you both apart. I have reserved a crucial piece of guidance for the end of this message, so do not walk away now. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. You will recognize this divine marker instantly, knowing for sure that they decided to tell you everything. You must stop looking backward at closed doors, because I have opened a brand new gateway just for you. Turn your face toward the future, because your soulmate was crying alone today while walking toward that same door. They decided to tell you everything because they want to walk through it holding your hand tightly in theirs. I have heard the gentle whispers of their heart as they practiced calling your name in the dark. They decided to tell you everything they have dreamed about, completely removing the mask of false strength. I am wiping the tears they cried today, replacing their profound sorrow with an overwhelming sense of peace. Keep your eyes fixed on my promises, because I do not speak empty words to my beloved children. Listen until the very end, because the secret of why they were crying alone today is about to be completely unveiled. Your entire perspective on life will shift when you realize how deeply you are truly loved. Jesus says, you may have had vivid dreams recently about a faceless person holding you closely in the dark. Those dreams are divine signs from me, proving that your soulmate was crying alone today and reaching out to you. They decided to tell you everything they felt in those dreams, knowing that our spirits are already deeply connected. I am breaking the heavy chains of pride that kept them stubbornly silent for all these long years. Your soulmate was crying alone today because that false pride finally shattered into a million tiny pieces. They decided to tell you everything, stepping fully into the blinding light of honesty and total vulnerability. Do not stop listening now, because I have a final secret waiting for you at the close of this message. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. This magnificent sign will confirm that your soulmate was crying alone today and has finally chosen you. You need to release the bitter anger you hold toward yourself for past mistakes and wrong turns. I have already forgiven you, and now you must forgive yourself so you can receive the one who was crying alone today. They decided to tell you everything about their own failures, seeking the grace that only your tender heart can provide. I have seen them looking at objects that remind them of you, touching them with trembling fingers. They decided to tell you everything about these quiet moments of longing, ashamed that they waited this long. I am comforting their spirit today, assuring them that you will welcome them with wide and open arms. Stay rooted in this moment with me, because your blessing is ripening and ready to gently fall. Do not miss the ending of this message, because I will explain exactly why they decided to tell you everything today. The truth will bring an instant end to your lonely nights and fill your house with overwhelming joy. The Lord says, when you hear a random song that suddenly makes you want to cry, pay very close attention to your heart. That melody is an unseen sign orchestrated by me, because your soulmate was crying alone today while listening to it. They decided to tell you everything through the lyrics of their soul, pleading for my help to find you. I am closing the gap of time and distance that has brutally separated you from your rightful happiness. Your soulmate was crying alone today because the physical distance suddenly felt entirely unbearable to their spirit. They decided to tell you everything they are willing to sacrifice just to be near your comforting presence. Keep your heart entirely open to the very end, because I will soon explain the final seal of peace. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. You will weep tears of absolute joy when you realize they decided to tell you everything at last. You must cast out the lying voice of fear that tells you that you are too old or too broken for true love. Love has no clock in my kingdom, and your soulmate was crying alone today precisely because they are terrified of losing time. They decided to tell you everything because they want to spend every remaining second of their life loving you. I have watched them stare quietly at the setting sun, whispering your name into the fading light. They decided to tell you everything about those sunsets, promising to watch every sunrise by your side from now on. I heard their tearful pledge today, and I am honoring their deep desire by bringing them directly to you. Listen carefully to the rhythm of my voice, because it is the steady drumbeat of your impending victory. Do not leave before the final blessing, because the reason they were crying alone today will bring you massive relief. You are about to step into a season of abundant harvest that will erase every painful memory of the past. Jesus says, you might notice small, unexpected things like a beautiful flower blooming entirely out of season. These are quiet miracles I am placing around you, signaling that your soulmate was crying alone today in perfect surrender. They decided to tell you everything they have kept hidden, and their honest confession will bloom just like that flower. I am washing away the stubborn mud of confusion that has clouded your judgment for so long. Your soulmate was crying alone today because they finally saw clearly how much pain their silence has caused you. They decided to tell you everything, desperate to make right all the frustrating wrongs of the past. There is a final, vital instruction waiting for you if you remain patiently in my loving presence. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. You will have no doubt left in your mind that they decided to tell you everything when you witness this. I am asking you to prepare your physical home as if a very important guest is arriving tomorrow. Cleanse your space of old burdens, because your soulmate was crying alone today while dreaming of walking through your door. They decided to tell you everything while sitting at your table, sharing a meal and a lifetime of sacred promises. I have felt the violent shaking of their shoulders as they finally let down their walls of self-protection. They decided to tell you everything that makes them feel weak, trusting you to be their safe harbor in the storm. I am wiping their stained cheeks today, wrapping them in my peace as they prepare to come home to you. Do not ignore the urgent pulling in your chest right now, because it is the magnetic draw of destiny. Listen until the final word is spoken, because the mystery of why they were crying alone today is nearly solved. Your spirit will finally rest quietly when you understand the massive depth of their unwavering commitment. The Lord says, when you feel entirely exhausted for no physical reason, it is because your soul is doing heavy lifting in the unseen. You are carrying a portion of their sorrow, because your soulmate was crying alone today in a moment of deep regret. They decided to tell you everything they should have said months ago, asking me to grant them your total forgiveness. I am smoothing out the rocky path that lies just between their front door and yours. Your soulmate was weeping alone today, exhausted from running away from the very love that was meant to save them. They decided to tell you everything, finally turning around to sprint back into your protective and loving arms. Do not let your mind wander to worldly worries right now, because this divine appointment requires your full attention. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. This beautiful marker will be the final proof that they decided to tell you everything you ever wanted to hear. You must stop believing the painful lie that you are entirely forgotten by the people who matter most. I see you every single moment, and your soulmate was crying alone today because they cannot get you out of their head. They decided to tell you everything they have obsessed over, admitting that you are the center of their entire world. I have seen them draft messages to you in their mind, carefully choosing every single word with trembling care. They decided to tell you everything without any clever filters, opting instead for brutal, glorious, and naked honesty. I am breathing absolute confidence into their lungs today so their voice will not shake when they finally speak. Keep holding on to my steady hand, because we are approaching the final threshold of this beautiful journey. Do not close this message early, because the final revelation of why they were crying alone today will heal you completely. Your weary soul is about to drink from a river of joy that will never run dry. Jesus says, you may have suddenly smelled a familiar scent in an empty room, stirring up old and forgotten emotions. That scent is my way of waking your senses, because your soulmate was crying alone today while holding a memory of you. They decided to tell you everything they felt in that powerful moment, hoping you still feel the exact same way. I am directly answering the prayers you whispered through tears on your bathroom floor all those years ago. Your soulmate was crying alone today because they realize they are the living answer to your long and desperate prayers. They decided to tell you everything, fully accepting the massive responsibility of protecting your precious and fragile heart. I have hidden a key to your future at the very conclusion of this message, meant only for your eyes. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. You will firmly know that they decided to tell you everything when this undeniable sign crosses your physical path. You must completely sever any remaining emotional ties to past lovers who treated you like an option. You are a priority in my kingdom, and your soulmate was crying alone today because they want to treat you like royalty. They decided to tell you everything about how deeply they value you, ensuring you never feel second best again. I have watched them look up at the vast night sky, begging the stars to carry their voice directly to you. They decided to tell you everything they shouted into the dark, proving that their love is louder than their deep fears. I heard every single word they cried today, and I am delivering their heart to you in a perfectly wrapped package. Pay close attention as the moment of grand revelation draws near, because your spirit needs to be ready. Listen to the very end, because the core reason they were crying alone today is the most beautiful truth of all. Your long days of sorrow are officially over, and your season of unending laughter is about to violently begin. The Lord says, when you suddenly feel the urge to smile for absolutely no reason at all, it is the reflection of their coming joy. That spontaneous happiness is a sign, because your soulmate was crying alone today but suddenly felt my profound peace. They decided to tell you everything about that exact moment of peace, knowing it was the moment they finally chose you. I am putting an end to the endless cycles of confusion and silence that have plagued your daily life.